everybody. Welcome to Live from the Governor's Green Room right here in Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, Long Island. We're here with Tony Walker, Sallie O'Neill, and myself, Don Sill, ready to rock and roll right here backstage.
That was loud.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Very exciting.
I'm so excited because this is our very first episode of.
We did a pilot.
You did like a pilot episode
back in November.
Like a 4-hour long one.
Too long.
Yeah, which was really cool because you had like all the comedians coming in here. But basically, for people just tuning in, this show is live from the Governor's Green Room. So we have a show going on with like 10 to 12 comedians who are all in the green room getting ready to take the stage. And then they're going to, in between sets or after sets or before their set, they're going to come in here and hang out with us and just shoot the shit a little bit. And what's cool is that you can even come down here still now to Governor's Comedy Club and watch them live on stage as they perform tonight. So I know we got a couple of comedians that we've seen in the hallway. We saw Mike Keegan.
We did.
We saw Carla Okerson.
We did.
Peter Bales.
Peter Bales.
We did.
The banjo guy.
The banjo guy.
Roy George.
We saw
Mary.
George.
Mary Capone.
There's Mary Capone is over there right now, and I believe Michelle
Fox is hosting.
Is hosting tonight, so hopefully we get some
She
time
might
with
be
her.
a little busy.
Yeah, she'll be doing
Michelle,
her thing, but
yeah,
maybe
when you're a host, you're so busy.
yeah.
Mike Calcagno is out there.
Yeah.
Very funny young comedian. So, we're hoping to get some of them in here. And they're going to, either before they go on or after they go on. Which is, kind of an interesting perspective. Maybe see some of these guys, whether they're nervous or comfortable before they go on, or hear their reactions of what it was like out there after they're done.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting. To hear, if it was a good crowd and they're feeling energetic, or if it bad crowd, maybe they want to curse them out.
Well, we were out there a little bit earlier. We saw some of the crowd coming in. Definitely a good crowd. There's one older guy who looks like he works out who just loved talking to us. He just kept talking to us every chance he got. That guy. The
guy in the audience.
Yeah,
he was. I think he was hitting on us.
Yeah, I think so too. He was a bodybuilder guy, older, maybe older than us, I would say, right? And just kept asking us if we wanted to go into the bathroom. And
Don went. He was gone for a few minutes.
Damn right I did. And it was awesome. No, and he also gave me a.
Gave you a what?
Give you what?
After he gave me what he gave me.
Oh.
And you said thank you.
Yeah, and then he told me some of the lineup tonight, and I was like, "Wow, really, Mike Keegan?"
I thought from his perspective that was the comedy of the night.
Yeah.
Right well, and there was some celebrities in the audience tonight. We saw the almighty Anthony Graz.
Oh yeah, Graz was here.
Graz is in the audience.
Yes.
He's not doing his show tonight.
This is normally Graz's spot. He let us know it. Then I told him to fuck off. But yeah, they'll be back next week with Limo Talk and his whole gang. They're coming on after us, right?
9:45.
9:45.
So yeah, this is just a new thing, a new show we're doing, and we're just gonna, waiting for some of the comics to come in. Who do you think's gonna come in first, Sallie? Do you want to put money on which one's coming in first?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of because that's one of the things that I kind of wanted to ask these guys is their comfort level. Like if it were me and I was going to go do stand-up, which I never, ever, ever, ever would, I would think I couldn't even think about talking to you people until I finished my set.
You people.
Yeah, because you'd have to be focused.
Right, but there are people like Mike Keegan who can do a set in his sleep. Like maybe he'll come in because he's so comfortable with it. Or maybe people don't even get nervous. Maybe this will make them less nervous. So I don't know. I'd actually really like to know that.
Yeah, it will be cool to kind of get an idea if they have any pre-show rituals or what they do, if they are more comfortable coming in or before or after their sets. Some might be so relieved after their set that they'll just be like really into it, or some might just want to go, I don't know, go home. I don't know what they do afterwards, but it will be interesting indeed. And I think the people watching this at home, in the comment section, put some questions that you might want as we're talking to these people that you might want us to ask these guys.
We will open up the phone lines eventually, too, so you can ask them questions if you want, or talk to us as we're, because right now there's no comedians and we have nothing prepared, so we'll just be kind of sitting there
Do you want me
scratching.
to go ask?
Yeah,
I mean, the show's probably starting in probably another 5 minutes. In the meantime, don't forget we have Govs Radio swag. You know what? That's what I'll do while we're waiting. We'll go through all the announcements. We have Govs Radio swag on teespring.com if you like a mug or a hat or a shirt or something, and you can get your favorite. There's Tim Gage. There you go.
All right, Tim Gage is here.
You can get your favorite Govs Radio show on the back. Go to teespring.com. All the money is going to the station. We have big plans here at the station. We'd like to revamp some things. We'd like to improve some things. And if you follow our social media, you heard today the big news. Actually, a few big things going on today. But I think the biggest thing we announced, if you have a smart TV or Apple TV or Roku or something like that, you can go on an app called Boxcast, Boxcast. And you can find Govs Radio there, and you can watch all the shows through the Boxcast app. So that's exciting. We're very excited about that.
Yes.
We're on TV.
Yay!
Yay! And then the other big news as well is that our shows, we threw a few shows on iTunes, so we're in the process of getting that moving. So we hope maybe by the end of next week or the week after the latest, all of our shows daily will be uploaded onto iTunes, and you can, I think it takes a few days to actually get onto iTunes, once you upload it there. So, but all of the shows will be there too. So it's very exciting. We're moving on up, and these are the types of things that we're always working on, and that's where a lot of the money goes towards, getting bigger and better. We have new shows coming here soon at Govs Radio. Eric Shevlin starting his rebooting Comedians on Hockey. He's starting this Tuesday.
An awesome open video.
Yes, he does.
Whoever did that awesome open.
Well, no, we gave you credit. We played it the other day.
I did see that, the big reveal.
Don Sill responsible for all the great graphics. If you notice, the graphics we have on today are not that good because Don did not make them. Although this one below us with the radio, with the phone number, that one's good. That Mike O'Toole made that one. But that's cheap. I made that because I'm an amateur and that's the best I can do. But Don, it's all fancy stuff going on here.
We're going to be making a whole new thing once I get back up and running. It looks like we might have somebody coming in here.
Who's that? Oh, is that Pat O'Rourke with his Islander hat?
Oh, nice. Pat O'Rourke is coming in.
So Ken Bichelle says, hey, hello, Ken. Anthony Graz is watching.
Nice.
Hello, Larry. Larry's watching. DJ D Love is watching. Hello, DJ D Love.
D Love loves the D.
Chris Thomas. Hello, Chris. Jessica Sorrell. Ken Friedberg. Welcome to the nightlife. Thank you. Do you like the nightlife?
I do. I mean,
you like the boogie?
I do love the boogie. I love to get down.
Yep.
Or giggity, giggity, get down. Giggity, giggity, get down. That's how I roll, Tony.
He's very white. Hello there, Gina Conjemi Coffin. So that was cool. We saw Tim Gage out there, one of my favorites.
Yeah,
just
Tim
as
Gage
a person and a comedian, he's hilarious.
Tim Gage was there the day. I don't even think he remembers. This is like 20 years ago. He was there the day that I had one of my worst stand-up comedy sets of my life.
Now, have you seen him since?
Only at that party, and he didn't remember me.
So, all right, so you have to ask him
hey,
about that.
how you doing, man?
Good, guys, how you doing?
Pat O'Rourke, ladies and gentlemen. Pat O'Rourke is here.
Welcome to
First
live
guest
from
of
the green room. Yes,
David
come on
Duke.
in. Yeah,
I
come
was
on.
like, Pat, you're going to be our first guest ever.
It's an historic moment.
Get you set up here. There's a microphone. Yeah.
Historic moment. Pat O'Rourke is here with us.
What's new, guys?
How you doing?
Same
Pat?
old garbage. So you're playing tonight.
You're doing a set tonight. I'm one of I think 34 comics going up tonight. So
Yeah,
I think
there's
we
a
have about a minute and a half
lot of
each.
people. There's a lot of
Yeah,
people in
They're
that
working
room.
a lot of new stuff, a lot of setups.
How much time do they give you?
I think 6-7 minutes.
6-7 minutes.
There's literally I think there's like 14 comics. So
Man. Nice.
it's what it is. You got to fight for stage time on Long Island. You guys know that, but.
You come out a lot to the All-Star night here on Thursday nights?
Yeah, I do. I try to. I go to Brokerage and McGuire's once in a while too, but I text Jimmy and he told me to come down here tonight. So
Excellent.
You have to get on a list or something, right?
well, yeah, I think he puts you down and then you come down. They just I don't know if they pick out of a hat. It's usually I don't know what I don't know how they make the
Right.
order.
Okay. Nice hat, by the way.
Yeah.
They're
you
playing
must,
right now.
You must really like that hat.
Yeah, I grew up an Islander fan. I was working for the Rangers for a little bit. They my time with the Rangers has just ran up, so now I'm even more of an Islander fan than ever.
Exactly. Screw the Rangers.
Well, if I wouldn't wear hats if I had your hair. If you were the Keith Partridge, let it flow.
I got to get a haircut, but I mean.
Oh yeah, I know it's a pain in the ass. I got to groom it every. I hate
Exactly.
you guys.
Yeah.
If I ever win lottery, the
hell
next
is
day
that?
I'm gonna look like Keith Partridge, and I'm gonna act like, what? What are you looking at? Like my hair grew back.
I hear you. Yep.
I want to do this one more time in my life.
So you're a big sports guy, right? You were on Belanger's football show
the
too,
football
right?
show. Yep.
So you're a
Love
big sports guy, yeah.
Grew up born, bred, toasted, buttered, and jellied, Massapequa Park. You know.
Nice.
There you go.
You
Nice.
still down there?
Yep. We think it's
That's
we think it's the
respect.
French Riviera. It is what it is.
You grew up Jets or Giants?
Giants, Knicks, Yankees, and Islanders.
Oh, okay.
And Islanders, I worked at the Coliseum when I was 16 selling beers.
Oh, nice.
wow.
And then he found out, back then you could be 17. It was the drinking law was 18.
Oh, wow.
So I worked there for like a year and a half. And then they finally go, how old are you? I go, I'm 16. I already had my own car. I drove to the games and everything. They're like, you can sell popcorn now. But you made all your money drinking, selling beer because once you sold 3 racks, after that was all commission.
No
So,
way,
yeah.
really?
It
So
was-
that's
you
why
got
they
like-
hustle like
You got like
crazy.
$5.25 an hour, and then you could after your 3 racks you could watch the game too. So sometimes when it was a
Oh,
good
there you
game,
go.
I was 16. I'm watching the third period.
Yeah.
And other
Wow,
times,
that's a good
and
deal.
Rangers, when
So-
they played the Rangers, I made a ton of money.
If you were there when it was still the drinking age of 17, were you there during the heyday?
Bossy, yeah, early 80s, yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well,
And
with
those
4
guys would
years in
come
a row, right?
Sometimes too, I'd have a beer stand out in the lobby. Remember they used to have the beer
Yeah.
stands out in the lobby.
Yeah.
And how they kept track of them was they counted cups.
Oh,
So
wow.
like I would tell my
Yeah.
friends, come to the game, come back with your cup. And after like 3 beers, the cups would fall apart back then.
Oh, they probably made him that way.
But I had to come in at like 5 and set up for a 7 o'clock game.
Yeah, yeah.
And you see that Gillies is coming in with his fur coat and Nystrom. They all, they don't say hi to me. They're all nice guys.
All right. Too
And I
bad
love
you didn't have
those
the camera
teams.
phones back then, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, right.
But did
Those
you
were
have
the
a
days.
saying when you said it? Hey, beer here. Can you show us how you do it?
Yeah.
Get your beer here. No, I got the New York accent too. I hear myself on tape. I'm like, oh God. Do you ever like watch News 12 and you hear Long Islanders talk and you go, oh my God, we sound like that.
And then it's the worst in movies because then they
Accentuated.
overdo it, right?
But
Everybody's
there are- we
going
all know
to get
people who do talk
coffee.
like that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Let's
the
talk to
coffee?
you.
Yeah.
Let's talk about coffee.
But you do hear that. You hear coffee all the time.
I know.
Like,
Yes.
is it cough or coffee? Like, it's cough
I say coffee.
and coffee.
I think it started in Brooklyn. I don't know.
Yeah.
Water too. Water.
Here with the
Ollie
water.
See, but you
Or
can't
sauce.
go by
I
that.
was like when you go to the baseball games and you hear bag of nuts.
Get
That's
Sallie
my
excited.
favorite.
Yeah.
That gets it going.
I'm like all giggling.
Mental note. We'll keep that one back around. What are you doing tonight? Bag of nuts.
Bag of nuts.
All right, that's actually a good segue because I got a question for you. Now, by all means, I mean we're live, but if there's anything, you can feel free to tell us to shut up or you're not going there. But we were, we're, as the professionals we are, we did our research, before we started here.
Pat's getting a little nervous.
We looked at your profile on Facebook. It says in an open relationship.
Yes. Well, the whole thing was a joke. I filled it out like 12 years ago.
That's
Check my religion. I'm like Indie Sunni or something.
Yeah.
That was our next question.
One of my
We were
hobbies
going to
is-
ask you to pray with
One
us.
of my hobbies is throwing batteries at cats. So I have, and I just never changed it. But I mean, I have
That's
had the
awesome.
same job forever. Because I tell my kids, don't even screw around with that. Because the first thing they ask for now in a job interview is your Facebook
Yeah, they
page.
don't
and
want to see your
Yeah.
social.
Miss
your
Pretty
social
Pretty
media.
is shotgunning beers on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, they
Right.
don't want to see that.
But I
Yeah,
never,
you gotta-
I just never got around to change. I have this stupid picture where I look like I have that whale thing that my grandfather gave me. It was like a whale mug. So it was at Thanksgiving. We were all drunk at my house. So we shaved my mustache, and I looked like the whaler in the picture. And
Yeah.
that's what we do at the O'Rourke house when things get slow. So,
Yeah, so you have enough time in your job where you're safe no matter. You can post
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Yeah.
So it's a
That's-
total
that's-
joke because these guys.
Yes.
I was like, well, I know Pat. I'm sure he'll come in and have a and they're like, well, what do you know? I'm like, well, he's really into sports and he's been married for a really long time. Loves his wife.
open relationships work.
No, and then Tony's
Very
like
successsul
he's
open
like-
relationship.
He goes, oh yeah, he loves his wife. They're in an open relationship. I'm like, that is so not true.
I'm like, this guy's my hero.
I know.
I wish. Listen, look at me. I look like Patrick from SpongeBob coming at you with a pencil stick. I'm lucky anyone sleeps with me. Are you kidding me? Come on. I'm shocked. She's still like, and she's like, no, I only think of you. I'm like, come on. You never think of anyone else? No. Oh my God.
Why are you
So
always
sad.
closing your eyes when we're making
Yeah.
love?
So sad.
Do you ever think of anyone else? Only about after the second month I met you. We've known each other 24 years.
That's how it usually goes
We're
down.
wired differently, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, most men are.
They just
and
lie
women
better,
are.
I think, the women.
They're what?
Exactly.
They're better liars.
Yes.
Better liars.
I think men are
They're
more.
definitely
I think
thinking.
men are more attracted. Like they find a lot of women attractive, and I think women are a little bit like picky. Maybe that's it.
And they're also into romance.
Well, when I was younger, it was the sex symbol and the success symbol.
Right.
You know, like, 'cause, you know, girls like, she's just because she's hot, you like her. And then you see a
Yeah.
smoking 25-year-old and 80-year-old. Yeah, just because he's rich, you like him.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
works both ways.
Right.
Oh yeah, a lot of those out there.
You go down south. You go down like Dallas. Wow. And you know they're dressing these 80-year-olds in like, you know, Ed Hardy looks ridiculous. Skinny jeans and like, you know, the
Come on,
button-up
really?
shirt, and the guy's 80.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Some smoking chick with him, you know, that got the brand new Ferrari.
He dressed him.
The hat.
I'm jealous. Yeah.
That's great. So, all right. So tonight you're playing here at Governors. Is I think there's some kind of fundraiser going on out there.
I think there's a couple. There's a. They always do the baseball ones. My sons play baseball, so they always do them at these comedy clubs. But there's one they're sending the kids to Cooperstown this summer.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
And then
that
there's a
must be
Greek
Graz's
Orthodox
thing.
church, so I don't know which way to go on. You know,
Well, right. All right. So that's where I'm going with this. Do you guys?
we ask sometimes and ask the crowd. You know,
Right.
where you from? What are you doing? You know, maybe
Do you kind of tailor your act based on who's out there, or you just?
yes and no.
Yeah.
It's just 6 or 7 minutes a night like tonight. Maybe a couple new things you're trying to try stuff.
Yeah, I was
but-
going to ask if you tried new things.
And I've been doing it so long that, you know, I hear the air conditioner pop on. It makes no difference.
Right.
There's good nights, there's bad nights, you know. But
Do you work the crowd a lot, or you
sometimes,
stick to
like
your-
when if I'm emceeing or, you know, middling, yeah, you got to, you know, to fill time. Or there's been times where, you know, you're on the road and the headliner disappears for an hour.
Right,
So you're like,
yeah,
keep going. So you're like, okay, what do you do, sir? And, you know, and they always seem very receptive. I don't know why, but they always seem like into that.
Do you have some stock material that you like to use
Hey,
during that?
Carla.
Sometimes.
Who?
Oh, this is not the green room.
She's reminding us it's not the green room. All right. Well, we're gonna shut it down
I
then.
haven't gotten the updated map of governors.
Wh-
Just
wh-
wanted to make sure.
Well, all right.
We're
well,
coming over in there next. We're
Yeah.
bringing our these mics are mobile.
calling it across the hall from the green room
Yeah.
really didn't
Come on,
work.
the
as a
lineup.
problem.
I don't know. It has a certain ring to it.
You coming in? Sometime?
Sure. Yeah.
Cool.
I don't even know when. Later on in the show.
Yeah.
We'll be here.
All right.
We're here
Yeah.
till 9:30.
All right.
Carla
come here whenever
Okerson,
you
ladies
want.
and gentlemen,
This is our first night
with her
doing
guest
this.
cameo spot right now.
Oh, you could have showed her on there.
Oh yeah, I'm an idiot. I'm so dumb.
We have a camera at the
I
door.
purposely set up the camera just so I could get that, and then I'm like, dur, 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 dur.
Now, do you have a preference as far as when to go on, or you don't? Even that doesn't
It's
matter
always
at this point.
nights like this. You think of it like a baseball lineup. You want to go. You want to be the first 5 or 6 guys to go.
You want to back cleanup.
Yeah, exactly. 4 is a great. 2, 3, 4 is the great spots because, you know, they're not too tired yet. They're, you know, sometimes you go 16th. Even if every comic's great, they're like, that's enough.
Sure, yeah,
And
it's a
then
long
you have
night.
2.5 hours. It's a Thursday night. It's great. I got to go to work tomorrow.
yeah, exactly.
How many
enough
people
with your
end
dick
up
jokes.
going
Let's
on
go.
on a Thursday night?
What's
How many
that?
people
Well, he
typically
said
go
there's
on?
like 14 out there.
Yeah, there's.
But what's like a typical Thursday?
It used to be in the old days. It was like 7 or 8 at the most.
Yeah, I kind of anticipated 8 or 9.
Yeah, now I think there's a couple football teams in there.
Yeah.
Well, they got a lot to cover. They got to raise money for all these fundraisers going on out there. Now, with you being around for a long time, what do you think about this new batch of up-and-coming comedians and what the comedy scene's like these days?
I'm just an old cranky guy. A lot of the young kids, it's like they're doing therapy. Like, you know, a good-looking girl will get up and like, you know, I hate your voice, don't like me. Yeah, sure they don't. Comedy is pain. Look at me. I have no empathy for you. My boyfriend broke up with me again. Oh Jesus, here we go. But I'm just an old cranky dickhead. So that's, you know, that's as an old comic, that's all, you know. But I mean, of course, there's a lot of good ones too.
yeah.
But you know, a lot of jokes too where. You know, like ask her. I barely know what Facebook is, and they're talking about Tinder, and they're talking about this and that, and like, you know.
I know. Whenever Pat
Swipe
hands me his
right.
phone, I literally have to install Facebook.
Yes.
And I'm like, Pat, you just here the other night. You like canceled it again. He's like, I don't know what I did.
What's your password to get on? I actually
Hey,
just
Monte,
changed
I
my
gotta share it.
password.
I know. And then he's like, like when he's really desperate, he'll just go, can we ask my daughter?
Yeah. gotta call Caroline. She's 14. She knows this stuff.
That's great.
I don't know what apps are. I thought that's what you had before dinner. Jesus Christ.
Even that's kind of even the apps before dinner is new. You eat
Yeah,
before you eat.
I know.
There wasn't always
It's true. Like,
that.
you ever see pictures about like restaurants in the old days? Like, the meal was small, and you know
Yeah.
one had apps.
Right.
Why am I so obese? Look how you eat. That's why. Jesus
Absolutely
Christ.
right. Yeah.
Exactly. We're eating before we eat, and like loads of bread and
Right.
and you know.
Sliders.
chicken wings.
We're
and
having
sliders.
hamburgers
Yeah.
as appetizers.
And then a steak is the main meal, right?
And that's why the
And
terrorists.
some spaghetti.
That's why they hate us. Yeah, because we're just eating. While
We're
they're
just
starving.
sitting there eating.
Yeah, and speaking of which, how they feed you guys pretty well back there too, right?
He always brings a big plate in of everything you need, yeah. And the bar, you usually have the first couple drinks free, especially if his son
nice.
Nick is here, but he's not here tonight.
Damn it.
I pulled the old douche. I don't know these two bartenders. I'm like, hey, how you doing, guys? I'm on the show tonight. I'm like, okay, $6.75. I'm like, oh.
That's
You're like, where's
I
Nick?
still tip
Like,
well.
where's
I
Nick?
tip well, but I was like, okay.
that happened to us. We do murder mystery shows, dinner theater
Right.
type comedy shows. We did one in the Little Room, and
The first
this
time.
I don't know 2 or 3 years ago. But
yeah, but it was the first time.
they asked, you guys want some water, some sodas? Figured, it's a whole cast of us. So they brought a couple of pitchers of beer, not beer, soda and
soda.
water and stuff.
Right.
And we just assumed because we were working. At the end of the night, it was almost like the Blues Brothers.
I was
going
going
to
to say, the old Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
you owe us
I got a
$100.
Travis check.
We were like, same thing. We were like,
Boys drank an awful lot of beer. I'm going to go out to the car and fill it out on my dashboard.
right. I have to write a
check, yeah.
traveler's check. I'll be right back.
Yeah, the second time we didn't get a bill, but the first
The
time
second
we were
time
like,
we didn't ask for anything.
right. But then no, I think and then maybe the third time they came in and they said, "What do you want?" and it'll be
Yeah.
free. But because the second time we were like, "No one ordered
Yeah.
anything." Everyone,
Damn,
bring
that's-
Diet Coke with you.
Damn, that's crazy.
Losing money on this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So baseball. So baseball's
fan.
coming up. Yankee
Yeah,
fan, right?
yeah,
So
they-
what do you think?
There's a lot of pressure on them this year. I mean, now they got the pitcher they wanted. If they have the kind of, their under overs 101 and a half.
Wow.
I know that's a crazy high number.
Didn't somebody just get hurt?
The guy, the pitcher, the Big Maple, had back surgery, so he's out to like middle of May.
Oh, wow.
But back surgery is an iffy thing. That's you never
Sure
know. How
is.
they, and he's
Yeah.
a tall guy too. But I
They-
can't understand what Boston traded to,
Mookie Betts.
Yeah,
And they got really kind of nothing in
that's what I
return.
mean. I don't understand.
Strange.
And he seems like a good guy. Seems like a good community guy.
Great player.
Supposedly he said no to 27 mil, so they were like, oh, we're not going to be able to get him. Why not? You're Boston.
But he
Boston
wasn't
could
even a
afford
free
that.
agent though. So
no,
I don't know
he's
why.
one more year. He's free agent after
Right.
this year.
Right. So you think they trade him mid-season or something?
Or get him, make a deal with him. What keeps
No,
you happy?
true.
If
Right,
he's
right,
having
right.
another MVP year, what does it cost to keep you? You know?
Right. Nice pickup for the Dodgers though.
Yeah, and they're he's out of the division, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah. True.
So,
Nice.
I mean, and the Mets should be good too, I guess. I don't know.
Are you a Met fan or do you hate?
I
the
never root
Mets?
against them. I want a Subway Series every year.
It's usually Islanders, Mets, Jets. You kind of defy that.
Islanders, Yankees.
Yeah, your Islanders, Yankees,
Knicks, and
Knicks, and then Giants.
Giants. Yep. Mhm.
Yeah.
But I don't hate. I don't hate any of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, Same here.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
Can't hate them.
Yeah, I don't hate any other New York teams except
the Mets are a
Buffalo.
mess.
That's all she wrote. I don't like Buffalo.
A friend of
If
mine
you
played for
consider
the
them-
Bills for 4 years there in the Super Bowl. A friend of mine played for the Bills.
Oh, really?
One of the Baldinger brothers. Yeah, he lost all 4 times. Funny story. So the first time, and he's like a defensive lineman, second string. So he's not making the big money. So you get in the playoffs back then. It was you win the Super Bowl 35,000, you lose the Super Bowl with like 11,000, something like that. So the first year I say, listen, Gary, give me some money. I'll go to a bookie and how'd you bet? He's like, I ain't doing that. No way. If I ever got caught.
It could have been part of a huge scandal.
Second year it goes up to like 40,000.
Like Pete Rose.
Second year goes up to like 40,000. I ain't doing that. Third year it's up to like 50,000. They've lost 2 years in a row. Now it's the third year.
Yeah.
They lose.
Damn.
So it's the 4th year in a row they're in the Super Bowl. He's like, all right, I'm not going to tell you how much, but here you go. Bet this with the bookie against me. Just hedging my bet. So either way, I'm going to make 35,000.
And then he retired right after that as a millionaire.
He played one more year with the Bills. Then he got waived by them, and then he was on the Falcons for a year.
Oh yeah.
But had a good 7.5, 8 year career.
That's all right.
Yeah. Well, he was on the Chiefs and he got cut. Like
For gambling?
No, he got cut right before. No, he's straight laced as they come. But he got cut last cut before preseason. He was on it for 2 years. Got cut last cut before the season starts. So he was out of football for like 8 weeks, and the Bills called him. And that was 1990. So he hooked on with that hole and was with them for the next 4 years.
Wow.
Okay, nice.
All the years of
Yeah, go to the Super Bowl.
pain
Yep.
and joy, all wrapped up into one. Because it's to get to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row. That's a great team. You can't deny that.
Yep.
But to lose is just hilarious to everyone. Who
And the
hates-
ways they lost.
Oh God, especially the Giants. That was the best.
Yeah, that was good. And then the other ones they just got blown out. So I don't know where my helmet is. This that. I went to the one in Minnesota, and then I went to one in Atlanta. And
Oh,
they
nice.
Lost them both. Yeah. But we're on the team plane, so he could bring down his girlfriend, now wife, and 2 other people. So there's like a family and friends plane that goes. So it goes from Buffalo to Minnesota. So he goes, just get up to Buffalo, and everything's on me for the rest of the weekend. Super Bowl weekend. So I get up
Yeah,
there
why
like
not?
Thursday.
Wow, that's awesome.
We take off out of Buffalo, and the pilot comes on. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're Super Bowl. Well, here we go. Bills. Everyone cheers. He goes, it's 9 degrees Fahrenheit. And Buffalo, whatever, goes, "Rrr." So about an hour later, we're landing in Minnesota. He goes, it's about 7.5 degrees Fahrenheit. And everyone goes, oh, my God. And,
worse.
1.5 degrees. Like Buffalo's balmy compared to Minnesota.
Yeah, right.
So much warmer in
But
Buffalo.
I didn't know the Twins, they're 12 miles apart. So I thought the Twin Cities like sort of a mile or two apart.
Yeah,
So we were in cabs all weekend. It sort of sucked. It was too cold out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we're going down ice luges in like your T-shirt and freezing your ass off.
What year was this? So,
That was they lost to the Redskins in Minnesota.
Okay.
And that's the one when Thurman Thomas couldn't find his helmet.
yeah,
And
that
then,
was infamous.
The
Yeah.
one I didn't go to the first one in Tampa against the Giants. I went to the third one in Georgia against the Cowboys.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, in the Georgia Dome, the good old
Yeah.
dome.
Yeah, and you have some hockey rings, right? You got some championship rings, don't you?
Yeah, I worked with the Carolina Hurricanes on their video production team and did all the things. And in 2005, 2006, right after the lockout,
Yeah.
I was there. We won the Stanley Cup. I got a ring. I got all that stuff. That was pretty awesome. And then with the Falcons, I was a part of the Atlanta Falcons. I was part of the debacle Super Bowl from a couple years
Were
ago.
you really?
Yeah, I was.
Audio film guy again? Or?
Yeah, I was there.
You don't work with the Patriots at all, do you?
No,
Are you
thank
wanted?
God, no. I'd rather work for ISIS before I work for any Boston teams.
I concur. They've had way too much success in the last 20 years.
It would
That's
be look. I know the success and all that, and it would be a lot of money though to get me to work for to move to Boston and do one in Boston.
It's miserable up there. Their winters are much. My brother lived in Boston. Now he has a house in Cape Cod, but he lived in Boston for 20 years.
It's like 10 degrees colder. It's not that bad.
They have a lot more snow, a lot more
A lot more
accumulation.
snow. Yes.
Well, I can't believe we haven't even had snow. It's
Knock on
crazy
wood.
right
That's
now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
It's like last year, just keeps
Yeah.
missing us. It's
Yeah,
below us,
man.
above
Yep.
us. I don't mind. I've had a snowblower I haven't started in 2 years.
I got rid of my snowblower like 2 years ago, and I'm been so lucky.
Yeah.
Well, I'm the old, everyone in my neighborhood. The average age of my neighborhood is like 85.
Yeah.
So I literally have to do the whole block. It's a big, 'cause they're all-
You're the young guy.
And they're
in
like,
the-
oh, thank you, Patrick.
You're the kid.
They're like, you like drink? They give me like a half bottle of amaretto. I hear you making a lot of noise over there. It's probably from 1940. Here you go, and some crackers. All right, thank you.
Go home.
Thanks, Mrs. McCarron. Get inside.
Like
You need a
stale
dog.
crackers.
A pack of gum.
Yeah, like whatever they're always making noise. They must like booze. Here, give me amaretto.
That's funny.
Where in Massapequa are you?
Massapequa Park. So it's
What's
between
your address? No,
Sunrise
I'm
and
kidding.
America. Just like my webpage. You can't find it.
Because we're down by All American.
Sure.
which-
What street?
Biltmore.
Okay. And it's I told you this. It's built. The studio's built Biltmore, and that's why there's no U in it. It's supposed to be like Build More. But it was, and Fox Boulevard right next door.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was Fox Studios owned all those. You know the Adobe houses that look like California.
Yes,
They wanted to
yes.
make it the Hollywood of the East Coast.
Oh, I didn't know.
And even down Beverly, there's a house that W.C. Fields lived in for a while.
No
Oh,
kidding.
really?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
interesting. Mhm. Yeah.
And you can see it. It's almost like a mansion. It'd be a mansion in 1930, 1940. Now it's a house in Massapequa.
Yeah,
So
right,
They were
right.
trying
It
to
has
make,
the archways, the Adobe, all that stuff.
they were trying to make Massapequa like Hollywood. Out
They
here?
wanted to make studios out here, or make it easy enough to get in the city and back, where all the stars would move out here. Just never
Yeah.
took off.
Wow,
Right.
that
Wow.
sucks. That would have been awesome if that happened.
Yeah, but you even on your it's all those Adobe California-looking houses, they look out of place, but that's why they built them.
Yeah, that's.
I know exactly. Yeah, I know exactly the houses you're talking about.
It
I
was
had no
all
idea.
swamped from Merrick Road down. Was like all like beach and swamp.
Right.
And they put in landfill and built all these houses.
Right.
And the canals are all. You can see how they're cookie cutter and
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then Sandy tried to take it all away.
yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
And I got my asshole friends who were like, "Oh, I had my wedding pictures in the basement." You live on the water. Why don't you put your good stuff in the attic?
Yeah. Why do you
have a basement?
I don't feel
Yeah.
bad for you. My wedding dress was in the basement.
I don't
Yeah,
even
why are you
have a
storing things in
basement.
the
I just have
basement?
like a crawl space.
Yeah,
And,
South America, nobody should have a basement.
and when I say
upstairs.
crawl space, like I can fit under there.
Yeah.
Like I've had repairmen come and I'm like, well, it's a crawl space, and they're like, you're not kidding.
Yeah.
Like you have to like a turtle
Yep.
Damn.
get under there.
I could never do that. I'm too claustrophobic. To ever,
Oh, it's
go into a
awful.
crawl space.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Well, we wouldn't fit.
You wouldn't. You actually. No.
Yeah,
No offense.
that's my
You just
nightmare.
would.
Oh, I'm
Because
offended.
you have to like. You have to like. You have to like go
Barely get to that
down.
door.
I have to do this boot camp move where I go down. I go into it and then I have to like twirl and pull myself into it.
She's talking about our sex
awful.
life.
Yeah,
She's talking
sitting dog or whatever it is. Yeah. Posing cat to sitting dog.
Bag of nuts. Bag of nuts.
Bag of nuts.
Who wants bag of nuts?
All right, well, there you go. Pat O'Rourke, ladies and gentlemen.
Pat O'Rourke.
Thanks for
Thanks
stopping
very
by,
much,
man. That was
guys.
fun, man.
Thanks, Pat.
Yeah,
Absolutely. We love that. Pat.
That was
There
good
you go.
stuff, man.
Go out
Very
there for
nice.
3 minutes of
Yeah.
comedy.
Rock the house, man. Do some material on Massapequa.
There you go. All right. You know what? I think I'm going to open the phone lines.
Yeah, Pat O'Rourke, that was pretty awesome.
That was cool. That was a good guy.
Good dude. Gave us some history on Massapequa. I never knew they were trying to make Hollywood. And you know what? We're driving through that part of Massapequa. I know he's talking about because that's like on the way to your house, right?
Yes.
Those houses he's talking about. You know, W.C. Fields live there. It's pretty cool to me, man.
Yeah, I kind of like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
When I bought my first house in Hicksville, this is, I don't know, 20 years ago, when I first saw the house, looking at it for the first time, walking around, it was still furnished. The people were still living there. And they had this picture, and it was, you could tell from just the quality, it was like from the 40s, right? But you could tell that it was the backyard of the house, like the tree was still similar and whatnot.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I'm checking out. I'm like, wow, that's cool. And then I started to walk away. I did a double take. I went back. I'm looking at the picture. It's 3 people in the picture, but the guy in the middle was Babe Ruth.
What?
Yeah, swear to God.
At your house?
At my yeah, swear to God, true story.
What the hell? You should have asked for a
I
copy
did-
of that picture.
Yeah, right. I should have stole it.
You should.
That's why they were selling it. The woman who lived there was old and she had passed.
Holy-
And her husband had passed years prior or something. So yeah, probably nobody even. I wonder if they even knew that's what that was.
Wow.
I should have taken it.
Yeah, you should have.
Yes, yeah. Robbery. I should have. I regret not robbing somebody.
Well, let's find those people, and we can still rob them. I mean, they still have it somewhere.
That's true. The
We can
picture's
plan
somewhere.
a heist.
Mandy Jones is watching. Hello, Mandy. Hello, Christine Galati.
Andy Jones this week is going to be on Put Up, Shut Up, Stand Up
There you go. That's right.
versus Andy Pelagnos.
Plagianos.
Plagianos. I love Andy Plagianos. I love Mandy Jones as well. It's going to be a tough battle. I can't wait. One of the judges is here today, I think. What's her name? Carla Okerson.
Carla, yep. That's this
And,
Saturday at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's a show that Don hosts. Ken Freeberg says, so happy I can see you. I can see your show now. Thanks for watching there, Ken. DJ D-Love is trying to call in. The phone lines are open there, DJ D-Love.
D-Love loves the D.
If anybody wants to call, the phone number is on the screen there, right on the bottom, 516-465-3990. Donna Caputo is watching. Hello, Donna. Good to see you.
Hello.
Oh, Don Sill is watching, it says.
Hey, all right. I'm watching, everyone.
It's like Romper Room. And I see Joey Petroni, and I see Eric Shevlin, and I see Donna Caputo, and I see everybody. And Peter Bales is out there right now in the hallway.
Joey
flirting with Sally.
Petroni is one of my favorite comics right now.
Super, super nice guy.
He's a great dude.
Absolutely
I love the
great guy.
He's going to be on our championship. He's going to be judging our championship game on February 22nd. So I
Very
can't wait.
nice. Peter
Peter
Bales,
Bales is here.
Ladies and gentlemen,
There he is.
how are you? Where am I going?
The
Right
legendary.
next to you?
Yes,
Sure.
come on. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm
All
old.
right.
I'm old. I got
Well,
comedy.
you're young at
I got
heart, my
I'm
friend.
young and I got comedy stories from oh man, even the 70s.
All right,
Wow,
so
very
tell us
nice.
one.
This
Go
is
ahead.
gonna be awesome.
Well,
We'll
I
just
mean,
sit back.
Favorite one.
I worked at Governor's. They called it Governor's Comedy Shop.
Yeah.
And it was an Irish bar, and the bar was in the room, and
Yeah.
it was, there was a real comedy boom, and it was new, and it was special, and
You know,
it was
yeah,
exciting.
let me ask you this then, because Jackie Martling's been in here several times.
Jackie, the joke man, we
Yep.
are friends. We have stories about each other. He invested in this place.
Yeah,
And
I
he
love
never
him.
saw any of that money again. but that's a long story.
Yeah.
He claims,
that's-
in fact, just maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, he gave us a flyer. We framed it and gave it to the guys here, Governor. It was a flyer for the very first show here at the club.
Wow.
Who
It's
performed
it's
it?
this beautiful
He did.
flyer,
Jackie
and
did.
what's so
Jackie
funny about it is that it has the day of the week and the date, but it doesn't have the year. Like it was like this
Yeah.
early
You
like
gotta
made
remember
flyer.
to put the year on your photographs and stuff because
But he claims that it was his idea to turn this place into a comedy club. Can you verify that?
I can
for us,
verify
Peter?
that. I knew
Nice.
Jackie when he was in a band and he wasn't
Right.
even doing comedy yet. He was in the off-hour rockers, and in between songs, he's doing these ridiculous jokes at dive bars around Long Island.
Yeah.
And the rest is history. Jackie and I are great friends. Nobody can do what he does with the power and
I
pounding
agree.
out Stump the Joke Man. You can't
Right.
stump the joke man.
No, he knows.
No, it's
He's
amazing
got an
how much is up
encyclopedia
there.
brain.
He was here for one of our first shows. I don't know, a year ago, and he was doing that. He was like people were calling in and trying to stump him, and he was so gracious because he had a piece of paper that we gave him, and the guy and whoever was on the phone would start a joke, and it would be literally like 4 or 5 words in, and I'm not even kidding. And Jackie would just write the punchline really on the bottom of the paper.
He knows jokes. He's a joke historian.
Yeah.
Now speaking of the club, and back in the day when it opened, you recently did something interesting. You performed at a place,
the old East Side Comedy
Right.
Club, which is
yeah.
now an Italian restaurant, a nice one, Pomodoro's, I believe is the
something
name of
like
it.
that. Yeah.
And it's nice, and it's a a brick oven and everything. But you walk in and you can see the door, and the bar is still where the bar was, and they've made changes and added levels and moved the bathrooms back. But you can see the old East Side Comedy Club. That was the first full-time comedy club on Long Island, and it was magic, and the acoustics were incredible, and the comedy boom hit,
Right.
in the early '80s.
Yeah, that's
and
you
all came through there.
Joey Cola,
Joey
Eddie Murphy,
Cola, Eddie
right?
Murphy, Rosie O'Donnell,
Kevin
Bob
James was
Nelson,
through there.
Kevin James, all of them went rocking through that room, and it was a magic place to get your comedy chops. It just was. It was magic, and they used to sell out Monday nights. I mean, that's the
Wow.
thing. You can't
It was
believe
right
it.
off Jericho Turnpike, right?
Right,
back in the
right
day.
on Jericho
Yeah.
Turnpike by 110.
Yeah.
And I,
I've seen a lot
I
of
worked
shows.
with all those guys, and I was the director of the Laughter Company, the Long Island Laughter Company, Lilco.
Oh,
There's a-
yeah,
there's a-
yeah.
Oh,
That was,
Lilco,
You know,
wow.
and I met
that
Rosie
too, right?
came in and she was 16 years old, lying about her age, saying she's 18. She was 16.
Oh, that's
Wow.
wild.
And we had Bob Nelson, and then there was another improv group that I directed that Kevin James and Joe Rogan were in. Joe Rogan,
Joe Rogan,
Boston
here,
comic, but he
yeah,
spent
that's
some
right.
time on Long
I
Island.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely. The Sons of Myrna Hunt. It's an odd name. Don't ask me to explain it. But, those guys appreciate what they got from Long Island comedy. They really appreciate Richie Minervini and East Side.
Godfather, right?
The godfather of comedy. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Richie and I are still friends to this day. And,
I love these stories.
I missed the old East Side, and then there was a newer East
Yeah,
Side.
I've been
and,
there too.
and maybe the East Side bill would still be open today if Richie paid his New York State sales tax, ladies and gentlemen. But I don't want to.
Why the original one?
He would laugh if I said that. He would. He
Why
would.
did the
was
original
great.
one go down? What happened with that?
Well,
the
I
Jericho
think
Turnpike?
it had,
Same thing?
I think it had to do. Well, yes, I think it had to
That's
do
a shame,
with
man.
that. Yeah, it is a shame. It is a shame. But Long Island has a comedy community that really sticks together. We're different from the city. We're different from Boston. We're different from Philadelphia. And the comics that come out of Long Island, like Billy Crystal, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jerry
Yeah.
Seinfeld
It's
started
enormous.
at the comic strip in New York City,
Right.
but he was actually technically from Long Island. Went to
Right.
Queens College.
Yeah, because
Right.
he was a comic strip guy,
Yeah.
but he used to play here all the time too back then.
He
With
did.
governors and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
and
we
Ray
love
Romano.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And do you feel that's still the case today with the camaraderie with the younger guys, or is it just still the guys that you knew from back then, or?
I like that question, and the reason I like it is because it's a tough question.
Oh.
And I would have to say yes. Yes. When you're young and you're sticking together and you're out there doing the open mic nights, it's tough. You can only go through it one time in your life. It's so difficult.
Yeah.
And I see these young guys, there's a lot of potential. Somebody's going to break from this group. We don't know who it is. Tell me who it's going to be, and I'll sign them and take.
We're
20
trying to figure that out
Well,
too.
well,
Rodia's on his
I
way,
have
you know
some
that.
ideas, but
Rodia.
we don't know who it's. We don't. You never know.
Yeah.
Maybe the next comic to break will be a woman, and maybe it'll be who knows who it'll be. Maybe it'll be a guy. You never know.
Right.
yeah.
But there's some real talent out there, and Long Island is a great place to be a comic. It just is. It really is.
Well, and speaking of which, too, you do the comedy class at the brokerage.
Oh, thank you for mentioning
Oh, of
that.
course.
Stand Up University.
Is it
Yes.
still you and Rich?
We've been doing it like 23.
And,
Whoever thought it would last
Lazarus,
23
right?
years? Yes, Rich Walker and
Mm-hmm.
Steve Lazarus, and we do it on Tuesday nights at the brokerage. It's a 7-week class, and standupuniversity.com. Thank you for letting me plug that.
Well, of course, yeah. Plug anything. Yeah, and I'm taking Chuson's right now, as a matter of fact. But I'm gonna do yours. no, I'm coming. Don't worry.
Wait, folks.
Wait.
He's all right.
Well, I,
Do you need some of the?
You know I love you, Peter. I'm coming. Don't worry.
please come.
Absolutely.
You
never
and-
stop learning.
He's on
Look.
his third class.
Listen, we have. I'm not going to say anything serious. I was just kidding.
Of course.
Go to take as many classes as you
Yeah,
want.
absolutely.
Take it all in, and you're doing it for you. And take what works for you, because you know what? There are rules in comedy, but rules are made to be broken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, and we have a very strict comedy philosophy about writing comedy material with setup, punch, misdirection. we've gotten really good at it. We've been doing it over 20 years.
Yeah.
And we didn't really know what we were doing when we started out, but now we're turning out really good comics. You know what? When somebody graduates from our 7-week class, you know what they do? They go to open mic nights, and they've got 7 minutes of material. And
Yeah.
when they hit the stage, people go, "How come I don't know you? You've been doing this for like 1 or 2 years, obviously." No. I just took stand-up university.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we help to take out the issues, the problems that everybody makes in their first year. We'll take a year off your development. That's what we promise.
Nice.
And that's what we deliver. And that's why we're doing it for 23 years.
Wow, excellent. Give an
Very nice.
applause.
Oh!
Everybody.
I'm
Peter
sorry.
Bales.
I
One
got-
of the masters
I think it
of
was-
the craft
I got
here.
carried away.
One of the masters of the craft here.
This is so much fun. You got a great show.
Nice.
You love it, right?
Oh, I love it here.
Yeah.
We have
love
to have you
doing
come
these
out
shows.
Saturdays. Are you busy Saturdays?
Well, let's
Saturday nights
see.
here because we do a show where it's a game show, and I would love to have you on as a.
I'd love to
special
do it.
guest
If I'm
judge.
off, I'd love to do it. Sounds like a lot of fun.
I'll email you.
Yeah.
You can count on that, everybody.
Absolutely. Keep in touch. Keep in touch. This is fun. This is fun stuff.
No, this is
and you
great.
know what? And people don't realize it. This is the radio and video.
Right.
And you know what? It's not easy to do. People think you can just sit here and put on a good show. No, you got to know what
No,
you're doing.
no.
And the more you
Right.
practice it,
Yeah.
the better you get at it. It's very difficult to do this.
Yes,
It
is.
is.
Okay?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys are here, and I congratulate you on your successful show. I think
Thank
it's
you.
great.
Thanks. Well, yeah, we just started. We're going to be here every Thursday, so we'll see you again, and
Oh,
we'll bring you
good.
back in. And so
Yeah.
prepare. Give us a history lesson every week.
Yeah,
every
that'd
time
be
we see you
great.
with,
I
with
would
stories
love, I
from
would
the old
love
days.
to.
Yeah.
I would love to tell stories from the old days. I love it.
All right. Well, so you're up for that?
I'm up for
All
it.
right, I would
you
love
got
that.
me.
Yeah, we love that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah, right.
All right. So we'll have our weekly history lesson with Peter Bell.
You got
Which
it.
fits because
Legendary-
you're also a teacher. So that
Yes,
legendary
I
Peter
teach
Bells.
history. I know the history of comedy,
Nice.
and I don't know anything about the present day because it's tough. But the old, I'll talk about anything before 1990.
Now, in your class, do you tell the new comedians?
But I mean, Joey Cole and I, good buddies.
Yeah.
You know,
Love
all
Joey.
of these
Love
guys.
Joey.
I remember Joey Cole and I used to perform at the Ground Round, and they'd throw popcorn and peanuts
Yeah,
at it.
yeah.
You know, it's when you're starting out, it's tough. But when you get older and you look back on it, you go, man, we did it together.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And I love this new generation of comics we have here coming up the scene. Like you said, I think there is a star within the mix. Who knows? Maybe that person will be joining us tonight at some point. Maybe.
Well, you know what? This is a great night to be here. You do Thursday nights.
Yes.
In that green room right now, there's a lot of talent, and there's a lot, and we don't know where they're going to go. You know,
Right, right.
I see Mario sitting here. You know, forget that. But you know, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Pee
I
Wee
love
Herman's
Mario.
looking for his outfit, I think.
Mario, I'm kidding. First of all, Mario, proud graduate of stand-up
Oh,
university.
is that
very
right?
good,
Very
very
nice.
good.
He had a great experience, and I'm joking. Mario, I'll tell you something, is unique. There's no act like him, and when you can be unique, that is really hard to do. And
Yes.
it's really, really true.
Yeah, Mario, what have you
Yeah,
learned
sure,
from Peter Bells? Tell us a little bit about what you've learned in your time at Stand Up University and what you've taken with you to the stage and how it's made you a better overall comedian. I mean, besides the bow tie, I think you're freaking awesome.
Okay, so what I like
Here's
about
$20.
what I like about his class is one thing: there's 3 teachers. I've never gotten that from all of the comedy classes I've experienced in Manhattan. You know, there's always that one single teacher. They cram 14 to 16 students in, and you have to take the class 2 and 3 times. Now, I don't mind taking his class 3 times, but I'm getting 3 teachers. 3, as Rich Walker said in one of the classes, there's over 100 years of comedy experience between Peter Bales, Rich Walker, and Steve Lazarus.
All right, it's great that you mentioned Rich Walker, but who was the best teacher? At stand-up music?
He
Who
maybe
really
gave you 20.
influenced you the most?
I think
Let's make this about
Mario,
me.
move a little bit closer this way so you're on camera.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's
There you
good.
go. Perfect.
I
everybody's
think that
nice.
all 3 teachers influenced, but I think not
Good
because
answer.
Peter is here, but Peter and Rich would battle each other for the best of the joke, the purest of the joke. You know what I mean? Like, there are comics today that I see in New York City, and I don't know where they get their training from, but the jokes that they tell are so perverted and dysfunctional and untasteful that it's not good for comics to go that route. I mean,
that's
you
interesting.
could go that route, but go in the clean fashion, like my Mickey Mouse joke. I mean, the certain little things that I do. I have a joke about my mother and a sock, and the pure of the joke is I'm not going out saying, hey, my mother did this, and this. I'm saying, hey, I'm going around it with a comedy attitude.
Right, and there's a difference between a naughty joke, which is fine, which is technically clean,
Sure.
and a dirty joke. I think. Are you really going to take our class? We're going to challenge you, man. We're going to be strict.
Oh, absolutely. I would love that.
We're going to be strict.
I would
Do you
come
think
back.
like with the dirty humor? Do you think it's getting old now? Like the shock brand of cringe comedy that was
Yes.
so big like 10, 20 years ago. It seems now people are craving more clever, and they're kind of getting away from the cringy type easy jokes. To lack of a better way to put it.
You
And-
see, today a lot of comics they use their life, for instance, like me, and I'm a joke teller. I go out there. There's a beginning, he'll give a sheet at class, and it'll have topic, premise, punch, and in this topic, premise, punch, you have to assume there's gonna be a joke that will begin, will have a middle, and will have a finish with a punch. These today, you go
think
out
it's dirty.
there, and these comics, they say they're comics, they go out there and they talk about, it's like there's an open mic in New York City, I won't mention where or who, and one thing they talk about in this open mics are very, I feel like I'm sitting at a psychotherapy group. It's like there's no
I see it.
humor.
Yeah.
I grew up, I guess because I'm 47 now, I grew up in the comedy gesture world of Lucille Ball, Phyllis Diller, Bob Hope,
all the legends.
all
yeah,
the legends. I
classics.
mean, Milton Berle, who I actually met in person, Joan Rivers I met, so I'm coming off of topic, premise, punch. You get these comics in the room, and they're, what I mean? They don't know the microphone. Nevertheless, to go out there and tell funny stories or jokes.
Long
Yeah, one
Island
of the
comics have a big advantage. We don't do jokes about, cockroaches and subways and cabs, because when you go out in that big country, nobody really cares about cabs and subways.
Right.
Right, they can't relate to it.
They can't relate to it. If you can do well on Long Island, you can do well anywhere.
Now, looking at the Long Island comics, a lot of the comics here on the scene, a lot of the ones that we've had come through our shows, they all have taken your class. You've touched them
lot
all.
of them have.
Yeah, so
And
how
you
does
can
that-
tell the ones that have.
Yeah, and that's got to be a great feeling.
It
to
is a
say,
good feeling.
You know what? I've basically have shown all of this whole comedy scene. I've
If
touched
they're
them all.
like, I know it's corny, but they're kind of like my children out there.
Yeah.
have a favorite?
Joey
Do you have
Joey
any
Petroni
favorites?
said that Peter Bales is awesome.
He is awesome. I agree
So
with
you're saying
Joey.
that Mario is your son, you're saying?
Mario,
Come on, Daddy.
no. I left him at
Mario,
the
move-
orphanage
move
when he
in
was a
just a little bit
baby,
more.
and
towards
he
me,
tracked
baby.
me down, and I'm not happy
You
about
left him in the basket.
I
with
left
the
him in
bow
the
tie.
basket with the bow tie, and somehow he found me later in life, and it's very upsetting.
Comedy's not easy. Listen, a lot of things. I could not go break concrete outside, so they can't. Comedy it's a different type of a job, but it's a hard job because we have to stand out there. We have to not only stand there, we have to tell jokes, and whatever we say better be funny.
Sure.
Because as the owner of a comedy club in New York said to me, the best time you get your experience is when there's a dead crowd and they're not laughing at your jokes and they're just paying attention or they're looking at their phone because they're listening somehow, somewhere.
Right.
You know what I'm
You can
saying?
win them over.
And I think that if you're gonna take a class, not because I'm part of the governor's family, not because I love this man here or he teaches so many great comics, take
I'm
this
getting-
class. Take
Tearing
this
up.
class.
It's a
Thank
hallmark
you.
moment.
And I say, whoever takes their class, I would take it with them because it's just as worth it to do it again. You learn something different. It's like The Godfather or the best movie you love out there. What's one of the best movies you love out there? You watch it 12 times, and you'll realize there's always that little something that you missed the first
Yeah,
time.
you could always find something new.
Right.
So you didn't know this was an infomercial tonight for your
No,
class.
you guys have been you guys have been very, very nice to give me this platform to brag about something I'm very proud of.
Cool.
And that's Stand-Up University.
See,
Excellent.
He's proud
You guys
of
are really
it.
nice. I'm
He's
glad.
proud of it
This
'cause
is
it's-
fun.
Good,
This is
yeah,
great in
absolutely.
here.
As you should be. You've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, but this is fun in here. You guys have a great chemistry.
Can I give?
Thank you.
Can I give one extra thing I have to say? There was a person in the class that I was in who refused to go on stage. Didn't think that that person had it. I don't know. In one class, in one of the classes,
Yeah.
he made this person feel so comfortable. Made that person go home. Fix all the jokes, make everything perfect, got on the stage, and she, I have to say it's a she, rocked the house.
Nice.
Excellent.
And
That's what it's all about.
in New York, they would say, you know what, brush it off, it's okay, go do an open mic. He's like, no, you're not dropping out of this class. No, you're not going to bail out from our show. You're not going to lose that. You paid for it. Let's go, come on. And I loved it.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Is she still, and now is she doing it or no?
I don't know if she's doing it. I mean, I see her here and there, but a lot of other students that were in the class with me are rocking the world as a comic.
Her name is Ellen DeGeneres.
Everybody's walking around. Everybody's walking around out there. I want to do stand-up comedy. I want to do stand-up comedy. It's a special
Let's
few
go,
that have
come
the
on.
guts to actually
The
do
guts
it.
to get up there.
And that's something
Not
we've been
easy.
talking about on the show that we have
Yeah.
during the day here. Because again, taking Trusen's class now, I've been doing dinner theater and various comedic performance acting for 25 years. Doing this with Trusen, the few times I've gone up on stage during class, I'm fucking petrified. I'm petrified. So
How petrified are you?
fucking petrified.
I thought you said that.
But can I say one thing? Trusen's a great teacher. He's got a lot of experience and everything. But Trusen is one teacher in one class.
Right.
All the classes here are beautiful. Every single person I take. But this class has 3 teachers.
They're trying to get you to convert.
Yes,
I
I
know,
see
right?
that. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm trying to make you come on, jump aboard.
You learn from any class that you take. and
Absolutely
you,
right.
You compare. But this, if it was
Don't
easy,
say any class, because I've taken a few classes in New York City that I've wanted to go to bed and wake up when the class is over. And this teacher is always on his feet. He's never sitting down. He is on his feet. He's on the stage. He moves this way, he moves that way, grabs. He works the stage like he's working it on a regular basis, like he's cooking dinner.
Oh, right, Mario.
Yes.
Mario is one of our success stories, and I mean it. Mario, you can't. Who do you compare to Mario? When you can be unique like Mario, that's special, and it takes a lot more years for most people to do it.
That's
So
what I was
I
gonna-
give Mario a lot of credit.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, Peter. So when Mario first walks into your class and you see him, do you see already the stage presence? Do you see already the uniqueness?
Well,
Or do
first
you say,
I
"What
checked.
the hell
first
is
I
that?"
w- no, what the hell is that? And then I turn to Rich and I say, "Did his check clear? Because I don't know if I want to deal with it." No.
I think he's got a likability right out of the gate.
Likability
Absolutely,
and when
yes.
you have a unique point of view, and you got to see Mario live,
Yes,
to see
hilarious.
what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Hilarious.
And you
Performing
work at
tonight.
Governors a lot, and you're going on. I'm going on right after you. You haven't been on yet, right?
No, I'm
Okay,
going.
good. So I got time. I won't be late.
Well, yeah, we'll let you go in a second.
Yeah.
You've been here long enough.
You guys. This is great that
Gracious
you
with
have.
your
You're
time.
giving us a platform.
Absolutely.
And if anybody's watching this and you want to do stand-up comedy, don't wait. The hardest thing, take a class, because they didn't have classes when I started out. Man, I wish they had them. The hardest step for you is just walking through the door. And you're going to be welcomed, and we're going to help you get started. And we're on your side, and everybody is supportive. So if you're sitting, I don't care how old you are, and I don't care who you are, because comedy welcomes everybody.
That's right.
Everybody,
Right.
no
Yep,
matter what your
absolutely.
age, race,
not
ethnicity, gender,
discriminate.
whatever it is, we don't
We
discriminate.
even had a
That's right.
couple, a husband and wife.
Oh, that's cool.
And they came in. The wife loved it the first time. She brought back her husband for the second time.
Nice. Excellent. Very
All right.
cool.
And don't forget to have fun. That's the main
Yes,
thing.
that's
we
the main
wanna
thing.
have fun. That's the main
All right.
goal.
Well, there you go. Peter Bales, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank
Peter
Oh,
Bales,
thank you.
Mario Bosco.
Mario
Now, when's the
Bosco.
next class?
Oh, we're starting a new one in March.
All right.
StandUpUniversity.com. I owe you guys money now.
StandUpUniversity.com.
This
Peter
great
Bales, where can
promotion.
they find you? You're on Facebook and everything?
I'm on Facebook.
Peter Bales.
And StandUpUniversity.com. Peter Bales.
Very nice.
Mario Bosco.
Mario Bosco, find him.
Thank you,
Instagram,
guys.
Great. You
Mario
guys are
Bosco
terrific.
to
So are you.
Instagram.
So much fun.
Likewise.
So much fun, man. This is a great,
And Twitter.
great podcast.
Mario, thanks, brother.
All right.
You got it. Love this
All right.
show.
All right.
Oh, Mike Keegan
Oh,
is
and
waiting.
now the audience has to prepare for kind of a downer. Mike Keegan is coming in, and he's got just a different attitude about life.
This is where things are going to get
I
crazy
actually,
now.
I love this guy. I love this guy. And
Well,
he's
who doesn't?
And he's
And
a
so can
terrific
you for
man.
1995.
Great
I'm
guy,
joking.
great
Mike
comedian.
Keegan is going to be a great guest.
Always is.
You'll
Always
see.
is.
All right.
All right, cool.
Thank you so much for having us. All
Appreciate
right.
it. Yes, Peter Bales, Mario Bosco, we appreciate you guys for coming. Yes, sir.
you guys
Thank
are
you for
great.
coming in.
All right. All right. We just did really well. Don't mess it up. All right.
We got Mike Keegan now.
We got Mike Keegan. Get out of here.
What's your step there?
We got a good feeling in this room here.
Yes.
All right, so try to be
You're the
nice.
man.
Come on. Come on in, brother.
All right.
All right. Take care. Thank you, Mario. I'll see you, man. I look forward to seeing you. Did you go on yet?
Huh? Yeah, I was just on.
Just
Excellent.
on.
Yeah, who designed that? Mario Bosco? That's sweet.
Yeah, that's the Mario Bosco slide right there. That's his little spot right there. How you doing,
if
Mike?
it makes-
Mike
How
are you
Keegan in
guys?
the
If
house?
it makes you feel better, Mike, we're gonna redesign the station, and we're
Yeah.
gonna because it is
No, we are.
ridiculous.
We actually are.
No,
We
we
got
really are.
plans.
Probably in
We're making
July,
some
we're gonna
plans.
redo the whole entire
Sounds
thing.
good. That's fine. You guys are the best.
Right
So-
back at you, pal. So how'd it go out there?
Great crowd tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Couple, 3 different fundraisers they're doing there,
Uh-huh.
and it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I went
People
up.
happy?
People are happy. I got to go up first, so
Oh.
get that
Oh,
out of the
nice.
way.
Yeah.
Is that does that matter to you when you go up? Or?
When there's a lot of comics on the show, I prefer to go up early. They have.
Should you
quite
get out of here?
Yeah, no, I hang around, but it's nice because they get a little bit tired at the end. First of all,
Yeah, you
but,
don't wanna close
But I
out
mean,
these
like,
types.
there's great comics on here tonight, though, so they're in for a good show. But
Speaking of great comics, it says right here that Joey Cola is watching.
Joey
Oh,
Cola,
yeah.
hey, Joey.
Good,
Cola.
Joey Cola.
How are you, bud?
The best. One of the best.
One of
Literally
the best, there
best.
is on all around.
Yep.
So we had Pat O'Rourke in here before.
I love Pat.
He's great.
Yeah.
But I'm going to ask you the same question. Do you change your act at all based on the crowd that you're working, or
I
does it
do.
matter?
I do. Here I kind of stay the same because I'm mostly family friendly. But when I'm in the city, I try to have a little bit more of an edge because there are a lot of tourists there, and they're kind of looking for the quick punches and
Oh,
everything. So I
okay. Oh, that's
change up my
interesting.
style. I change up the routine a little bit. But here, I change it up a little bit depending on who I'm working with. This weekend I was with Jay Okerson here, and he's kind of a bit an edgier comic, and he
Right.
draws an edgier crowd, so I get to be a little bit dirtier.
Well, you have to be 18 to come in here, but it's funny because like we do shows, and all of a sudden we'll be like all ready to do. We're kind of like a PG-13 show.
Yeah.
But everyone, yeah, we are.
We sit here with Eric.
No, I mean when we do the murder mysteries, the dinner
yeah.
theater,
You're like
and then all of a sudden like a
NC-17.
family of like 9-year-olds will come in, and we're like, no, and we have to rewrite things before people go out.
Well, because we hate kids, you see.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
But with a set like tonight, when you got like 7-8 minutes up there, how much time do they give you?
Quite a few comics tonight, so you get 7 minutes.
So do you try new stuff, or do you stick to the
I-
to the stuff that's is going to work, or what?
I try to start out with some old stuff that I know is going to work and get the guys on my side. But when I have a short set like that, I like to throw some new stuff in there.
So you did some new
It's
stuff
kinda-
tonight?
Yeah.
And how'd it go?
Great. It was
Yeah?
great. Yeah, it was really good tonight. The crowd was very receptive.
Nice.
And I think that's kind of the fun about like a Thursday night. Like people, you get brand new stuff. You
Yeah.
get you get
That's
kind of
what it
that
is.
It's
mix.
like the Comedy Cellar almost kind of vibe.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know what it is? Tonight's a short set. I'm going to be on the road this weekend doing a long set. So tonight I get to try out something new that I want to try on the road and test it out. So because I don't really get to do open mics that much anymore.
Sure.
Test out your new
So-
stuff. You want to test out some on us? Can we hear some of the new stuff? The new Mike Keegan special for our folks at home here.
It's not really conducive in an atmosphere without an audience. But,
I know.
It's tough.
It's a long setup, but
What the hell is that?
oh my goodness,
He just smushed his
it's
face.
a-
Was that Larry David?
a turtle
It
look
looks
like that.
like
Looked
Larry-
like Larry
It
Day,
It does
right?
look like Larry. I think it's Harry
I can
Freeman.
still see his lip
That
prints
was-
on
that
the
was
window
Harry
That's
there.
Harry Freeman, yeah.
Yep.
It doesn't look like Larry David, though.
They did look like Larry David looking in here.
So, and speaking of long sets, February 22nd, you'll be in the Little Room.
Yep, absolutely. A little room. It's Mike Keegan and Friends. I do it every month. And,
Nice.
Governors is nice enough to have me in there, and tickets are selling very well right now. So
As always.
yeah. So, but
Alright.
yeah, tickets are still on sale though. It's
All right, so here's the big question.
yeah.
You mentioned this weekend you performed with Big J Okerson.
Yeah.
Come on,
Very-
spill it. Is
very-
that awkward or what?
It was. I thought it would be a lot more awkward than it is because we do see each other every weekend. But I am dating his ex-wife, and they were married for 15 years. She hosted the show,
Right.
Right, yeah.
and then I did the feature spot, and Jay closed. So it was kind of like a family
It's
thing,
like a
you know,
weird family
and,
affair
Yeah,
type
and
of
then
thing?
we had his daughter was there, his girlfriend. So it made it a lot easier in the green room. But I thought it would be a lot more awkward.
I'm
than
smelling
it was.
a reality show here, man.
Yeah,
This
right,
could be a really
exactly.
good one, right?
Or just like
Yeah.
the worst aristocrats joke ever. I don't know.
And Jay's cool with you? I mean,
Jay's cool. Yeah, we get along very well.
There's no
You
fist
know,
fighting on stage or anything?
No, we
Kinda cool.
like each other a lot, and we go out to the movies, everything. He always pays; he's more successful, but but we get along. He did bring it up on one of the shows that we were doing. He's like, Carla's, she's hosting. We were married 15 years. She's dating Mike, who was just on before me. He's like, obviously we're cool. He's like, but it was interesting because they had never worked together before. Jay and I had never worked together before.
Wow.
Wow.
So,
And how was it afterwards? Were you happy with your guys' performances? And
Yeah.
everything? Like, did you?
all 3 shows, honestly, I'm not just saying that, were phenomenal. They were crowded.
Well, yeah,
They
he's
were all-
great.
They were all
Well,
pretty
all
packed
three of you
out.
guys are great.
And the club seemed very happy. They invited him back to come to the other clubs and everything.
Now, whose idea was this, though, to put all you guys together? Like, does somebody not like you and was hoping you get your ass kicked or something?
Somebody was hoping to get the crap kicked
They
out of
wanted
me.
to see the reality show happen.
Exactly. I think Jay had assumed that I was going to be doing the feature spot because I'm here a lot and I live
Yeah.
5 minutes away. And I think just like 3 days before they confirmed, they said, yeah, you're going to be in the middle with Jay. So I think they wanted to see some fireworks. But but we just had fun,
Yeah, that's
It
cool.
was a really
Well,
good time.
I mean, he has to be fine. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen you with Carla. You love the kids.
Yeah,
Like, you're
yeah.
so great with them.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
what could you say but thank you?
No,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
But
No, he
come on,
knows-
you're in the green room like after your set or something, and he's sitting there. You're like, "Baby, you were great, baby." You, like start making.
Yeah.
out
Oh yeah,
while he's sitting there.
I overdid it a little bit. I made up for every time that her and I had to walk by his big flyer in the hallway, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna overcompensate a little bit tonight.
Yeah.
So
She's like, you've never hugged me once before we've gone on
I
stage.
know,
you showing so much affection right now.
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
That's great.
yeah, but it did work out well, so we'll probably be doing more stuff together.
Oh, that's
Excellent,
cool.
man. Yeah. Now, when you go into the city and work, do you work like some of his with him there too?
Not
Or is
not
this
really.
A whole new thing?
He's at the stand a lot in the city. On the weekends, he's always
Yeah.
on the road. He's a
Right.
road comic. So and when I'm in the city, I'm usually in like the Greenwich Village area, and he's usually more a little more uptown.
And why? Yeah, all right. So why don't you do? Are you not a road comic by choice, or do you do a little
I
bit?
am, but I'm not really flying out. I'm in the tri-state area for the most part. I'm in Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania a lot.
Well, plus
Right,
you have
right,
like a
all
great
driving
day
distances,
job,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like,
plus I
the
had
last
a-
time that I saw you, Governor's was having some type of like really horrible technical
Yeah.
difficulties
Thank you for
with
that, by the way.
with the register,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
stuff like that. And all of a sudden, someone said, "Well, who's like a really great IT guy? Does anyone know an IT guy?" And people were like, "Oh, Mike Keegan." We were like, "What?"
No, it was worse than that.
Yeah.
They called me.
You, like,
I come
came
in here
and
on a Saturday
saved the
night,
day.
and I'm
Yeah.
running around trying to figure out. I even saw you in the hallway. Hey, Mike, how you
Yeah.
doing? I had no idea.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm running up and down the hallways trying to figure out what this much knowledge that I have.
Yeah.
And then it was the next day. Remember, you're like,
Yeah.
I'm an IT guy. I'm
Yeah,
like, son of a
exactly. Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah, so they got it worked out. But yeah, I do work during the day in Manhattan.
Yeah.
I work for an IT firm.
So
And,
yeah, so you're
Jack of all
staying
trades.
mostly in the tri-state area by choice?
Yeah, not really by choice. I mean, if
'cause
someone wants to
you
offer
could
me
be,
some,
in my opinion.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
absolutely.
If someone wants to offer me the money in the plane fare,
Right, right.
I've done, Florida. I've been in LA a few times.
Oh,
so,
nice.
So I've been on the road out there a little bit, but right now I have a couple booking agents that use me just mostly in Pennsylvania and Jersey.
And that's how it works. Like once you get to the point, like they're like, "Here's your airfare." Like you don't have to like get there yourself or anything.
Yeah,
right?
no,
or is it like
well,
is
a
it
lot of
that
times
moment
it'll-
where it's kind of in the middle where sometimes you just want to get to a place, but then you have to
There's
pay
some
the,
places you could drive there for 13 hours, but then
Right.
it's $100 round
Yeah,
trip.
it's worth it. Yeah.
So sometimes they'll cover it, sometimes they won't. But but if the money's right, I'll
Nice.
definitely do it.
I'm still thinking about this reality show. I think we got it all in a
leave
van.
him alone.
We got it all in a van.
You see, because
Cross country. Comedy club stops along the way.
yeah.
Because even their daughter,
got a
they
couple
have
of names.
Like they actually are making VW buses again. Like
yeah,
you get,
right.
you
Exactly.
get like one of those.
The ranged partridge family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carla would
'Cause,
love it because she's all hippy dippy.
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause
She'd be like,
Carla
yeah.
and Jay's daughter Isabella, she did comedy also. She's
Oh,
16
no kidding.
now.
Oh,
she did it
wow.
when she was 12.
Wow.
She took Peter Bell's class.
Oh no!
And,
It all comes full
yeah,
circle,
It's all
folks.
exactly.
It's a
But
callback.
she did it.
Yeah.
She was hilarious. We're trying to get her back on stage, but now she thinks she's too cool for
Yeah.
everything. She's
Now, now
17.
she's the shit.
Yeah, exactly. She doesn't want to be goofy on stage, and she thinks we're all dorks. So,
Well, we are.
Yeah.
We are.
That's part
Exactly.
of the
Yeah.
allure of it all. Is that we are all dorks.
So, all right, so now you guys have a podcast as well. Oh,
We do?
Oh, I thought she was coming in.
she's just leaving with some guy, I guess. All right.
Leaving with a pirate.
Yeah, no,
We're
right?
like a pirate
Yeah,
with-
she left with a pirate.
Yeah, so you guys have a pod. It's both of you, right?
Yeah,
The
it's
podcast?
me, Carla, and our buddy Tim Saliani, who's another comic.
Oh yeah.
And we have a podcast called Domestic Disturbance. We decided because Carla and I have very, very different political views. She's very
Yeah.
liberal, and I love my country.
I'm so gonna tell her you said that.
But everyone, we fight on Facebook a lot. We've actually broken up a couple times over
On
political
Facebook?
arguments.
It's tough in this temperature now.
It
man.
is
It's
because
crazy.
she's so far out there. But like,
Did she rip up the thing
oh,
as
she
well?
loved it. She
Oh,
loved that.
did she
yeah.
really?
You had a great post the other day about that.
I had a couple I did. Why you?
Something about it with her hand shaking
Oh
already.
yeah, Trump was gonna shake her hand, but it was shaking already.
I was cracking up when I read that.
I'm telling you, the temperature is so hostile right now.
No,
How do you live together?
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's when she tore that speech up like it was a bar tab at Houlihan's. I was.
It's so funny because back in the day, like if you were going to be with someone who was a different religion, that was supposed to be like the most most thing, and now we're like, who cares? But the politics
I
are
think it kinda
so
works
you
difficult.
up.
We both think each other's batshit crazy.
Yeah.
And, so it works. We have fun with it for the most part. But we get a lot of it out on the podcast. And we have our buddy Tim, who's kind of in the middle, and he kind of is our referee.
Do you
So-
guys watch, like the other night, you guys actually watched that
We
together?
didn't
or
watch
no?
it together. No,
can't. There's no
we
way.
yeah.
You'll go
She,
nuts.
But it could
she
be
won't
kinda
even, she
cool
won't even sit
foreplay.
there and watch him talk. For
Foreplay would be, it'd be cool if he wore the Trump wig while making.
And she wore like, she did her hair like Pelosi or something.
It's
awful.
Hillary on the back of her
No,
head.
this is-
Hillary.
What's
This is
Jay?
like-
Is Jay Republican or
He's-
Democrat?
Got a call coming in here.
He
Oh, yeah?
is leaning towards liberal, but he doesn't like to get political, really.
Oh, okay. So this is her first time being with someone who is like
Yeah.
completely
Yeah,
different.
politics will mess you up, man. It's just a crazy. And let's see who we got.
You're live on the air. Who's this?
Hello, guys.
Hey,
Is that
sounds like D.
is that DJ D Love?
That's D Love, I believe.
That's
If
right.
you want to hear the caller, you can just
Oh.
put that one off. Put this one.
Is that you?
Yeah, that's dream.
Oh, there you are.
D Love loves the D.
How are How are you, DJ D Love?
Not bad there, Tony Walker. How you been, buddy?
Doing all right. We have Mike Keegan here with us.
Hey, buddy.
Hello, Mike. How you been?
Good. How about yourself?
DJ D Love, do you have a song for us or no?
Oh, yes. I got a song for you guys. Really good.
Go ahead.
He likes to sing songs.
Here we go. Let's see.
Do you have one about Trump by any chance?
Huh?
Do you have one about Donald Trump? Mike
a
Keegan
Trump-
loves Donald Trump.
So you a Trump
Oh,
supporter?
yes. There you go. I got one for Donald Trump. Ready?
All right.
Go ahead.
Yo, my name is DJ D Love. I hate Donald Trump because why? He's nothing but an asshole. Man, I don't like him. Man, all he just wants to do is politics, man. I don't like him. Man, this is a piece of junk. Man, what the nice say here, man? I don't know what to do. Yeah, I don't care what my name is. My name is Donald Trump. You know what, Donald Trump? I got 2 words to you, homie. Yeah, you're fired, bitch ass. Yeah, that's what I gotta say, man. I don't care where I'm from. Yeah, my name's Donald Trump. Man, I don't care about Donald Trump. I don't care where he's from, man. He don't got no towers. Man, I just want to burn down that place, man.
Whoa, all right.
Wow.
All right, there you go.
Love
All
is
right.
not like
DJ
Trump.
D Love.
Singing
oh
a
my
song written
goodness.
by Carla.
So you're not. That's why you're not T Love. You're D Love.
No, I'm DJ D Love. Get it right, buddy.
Yeah. I said you're not T Love. You don't love. No love for the T man for Trump.
Well, DJ D Love,
No, I hate-
does the D
no, I
stand
hate
for
the
Donald?
Trump fans.
The D is for Donald Trump?
No, it's DJ D-Love, D-E-E-L-O-V-E.
Very good. Very
All right,
good.
well, nice job. Nice
right,
job there, DJ D Love.
Thanks, Dennis.
Dennis, you're going to call us tomorrow, right?
Yo, guys, you know that, guys. Come
All
on,
right.
man. You got that.
All right, thanks,
You know
man.
what? Hey,
Thanks,
Tony,
Dennis.
Tony,
That's all right. You can do it.
Trump 2020.
What's that?
that's word.
The magic word. Right, he's just
It's
waiting for the magic word.
deuces.
Deuces, DJ.
Guys, deuces.
All right, we'll see
Very
ya.
good. D-Love,
Deuces.
everybody. D-Love loves the D.
What'd you think of that there,
That
Mike?
was hilarious. I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah. He had a whole thing about how he hates Trump, called Trump a bitch ass.
He's passionate. I like it. I like passion. You know, even if we don't agree, I like.
Now, with all the give and take, so you're a Trumpster, a Republican. She's not.
Not
She's
at
the
all,
opposite.
yeah.
Was the daughter, 16-year-old?
Totally on Carla's side.
Oh,
Carla. Well, you know what? There's also a little one. There's a 5-year-old, and I'm trying to bring her.
Yeah,
to
you
my
gotta
side.
bring her into
Yeah,
the
I'm,
good-
I'm
yeah.
getting her. Like Carla already corrupted that one. She brought her to like Occupy Wall Street and everything. She's
Wow.
And once they go to the dark side, there's no coming back.
tough to have them come back. The
Dark
little
side.
one. Yeah, the little one has a good head on her shoulders. She's smart, so I'm bringing her to my side.
Yeah.
I have a Trump 2020 banner. I have
Oh,
a picture,
nice.
I have a picture of her holding it. Carla went nuts.
Wow.
Now, when it comes time to put signs on the lawn, do you guys fight over space on the lawn?
Yeah, exactly.
Lawn signs? and
One's
stuff?
on fire. One's.
This
It's
is
funny.
gonna
She
be-
loves those little troll dolls, and and they have like a Trump troll doll.
Yeah.
And I showed her that one, and I'm like, "What do you think of this troll?" And she goes, "That's not a troll. That's a human being." I'm like, "You're right." And Carla's like, "That's the devil." I'm like, "No, that's our president, Juliana." And,
This reality show is going to be great, Tony. We're producing this thing.
I think we
Exactly.
This
should.
is going to be us. They're our meal ticket. They're our meal ticket to success and fortune. Just don't-
Exactly.
Yes. No, you guys are awesome. That's a pretty fun, crazy, unique dynamic in
yeah,
the household.
we have a lot of fun. It does, it does get a little heated sometimes, but we have fun.
That's right. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So between the politics and
do you
wow.
use that in your act? Like, do you say, "Hey, my wife or my girlfriend is a"?
I do a little bit. Yeah, when I talk about her, I talk about our differences and.
Is she
Yeah,
performing
so-
tonight too?
She is. She's gonna be up in a little bit.
Yeah, she had that look like she was walking back and forth, like she was just about ready to go on.
Yeah, she's up like halfway.
She's like,
through.
I don't have time to beat him up in here right now. I have to go
Oh
on.
yeah, she'd come in and tear me apart. But
It's weird too because I feel like the Manhattan is obviously liberal, but I feel like Long Island is not.
it's not. It's I've noticed Manhattan. I don't discuss politics at all. Long Island, I do. But even if they're not on my side, they just get it. Like it's more. There's so much more hatred in Manhattan for them.
Oh
I guess
God.
for the most part, people in Long Island are at least.
Yeah, you could lose them right out of the gates if you
Yeah.
get up in Manhattan
Yeah.
or something and start talking about Trump.
Yeah.
They're gonna.
When I go to like South Jersey, like those are my people. Those are like the hardcore Republicans, and that's where I have fun.
Yeah.
I'm like I was born in this room. Yeah.
There you go. All right. Very nice. All right, Mike Keegan. Again, don't forget February 22nd in the Little Room. Always a great time with Mike. Who else is
you
doing
so
the
much.
show with you that night?
Hugh Van Well is going to be headlining. He's a great comic, and he's been on a bunch of my shows. Carl is actually going to be hosting, and there's always guests. Whoever's in the big room usually stops in.
Oh, nice.
So we got a great lineup of comics. Shari Poland's going to be on it, and it's going to be it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's what I like. Well, I mean, I love you and Carla's acts anyway, but that's interesting about you because you go in there once a month, but because you play the big room enough, you do get a lot of the bigger guys, so to speak.
They'll drop in. They'll do a few minutes for me.
So it's
yeah,
always
exactly.
a special show with you guys. Yeah,
it's always fun. And,
that's great.
it's
All
gonna
right,
be
there you go, Mike Keegan, ladies and
All right,
gentlemen.
thank you so much,
pal.
guys.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, Mike. Good stuff. My
See you
friend.
again.
I had a blast, guys.
Mike, you
Thanks.
can check him out. Find him on Facebook and YouTube and all that other good stuff. Instagram. Catch his show. All that good stuff. Thanks,
All right,
brother.
Thanks so much.
You rock, man. Mike Keegan. We saw we saw Pete Correale
I did. Yeah, we did see Pete walking
through there. Maybe we can.
I wrote
snatch him up.
I wrote the note to Sally. Go get him.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get up.
I don't know if she's Sally. Do you see Pete out there at all?
We're now
Now
hunting.
she's talking to somebody.
Yeah, we're hunting down more comics from the green room. The show is going on.
This is the Stalker Show.
Hey,
Oh my goodness!
Tartaglione.
Look who it is over here.
It's Eric Tartaglione.
Oh, Eric over here. Hey,
What's up?
yo.
Come on in, man. Have a seat, buddy.
Is that like a Was that a gender appropriate response? No, like a culturally appropriate response. Somehow I inspire. Hey, I owe you, and sometimes why. Come on.
All
right, never mind. So
when you say your name, you got to say it with a little.
I know.
We'll start over. Eric Tartaglione is here, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen. Hello, Mr. Tartaglione.
Hello,
It
sir.
is nice to see you
What's
here
up,
tonight.
brother? How you doing?
How you
man?
been?
Good to see you, man. How's things going?
Very good. I went out to dinner with these two on Monday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you didn't leave there saying, "What the hell did we just do?"
I know we did. No, but no. We first they tell us we're gonna go to this pub. We're like, okay. Like it's like down the block from their house. Like, okay, we're coming this time.
Actually,
But don't
you
make
love
a
me,
habit
I
of
said. We
Walk
love to
O'Neill
travel.
walkers. Don't make a habit. When I'm driving a freaking Massapequa every time. But you know what? The place was really nice. It was really good. We had a lot of fun.
Where'd you go?
And young Sam, the intern, works there as a busboy.
Yes, her
nice.
son, who has the
We
same
kicked
birthday
him
as me.
right out. Didn't he like make himself at home at our table? I'm like, don't you have?
You know, he pulled a chair and he
I know.
sat down.
He pulled a chair.
Sally's
he's like,
like,
sitting
"Go
down.
away."
I'm like, don't you have like
Actually, he
tables
didn't.
to bus?
Oh, he was. Come on, he's a nice kid.
Yeah,
He's a good kid.
he's the best.
He's a good kid.
Yeah.
So what are you guys up to?
This is our new show,
What is it?
Thursday nights, live from the green room.
How cool is that? I was just at
awesome.
McGuire's. So
yeah?
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
well, my wife's doing the psychic event. so-
Right in the living room.
Oh,
She's
yeah,
playing
so
right
that's
now.
why
right
I'm
now.
here.
Oh, very
That's why
cool.
I'm here.
So she's an actual psychic. So people that don't
Yeah.
know,
She's an actual
great.
psychic.
legit, like
She
legit.
is
Oh no,
great,
like
yes.
legit, like yeah.
So how is that living with a spouse who could like knows?
That's what people say. People always say to me, "Up, that shit. You can't fool around. She'll know." It's a real big problem with me. I can't tell you how many chicks come up to me. I just love a comic with a dopey hair weave. Oh, God. It's
So you played
I'm
with-
a chick magnet.
So you played McGuire's,
Yes.
and so you came here
Because I drove. Well, it's a point. I drove her. I drove her back and forth. So.
Wait a minute. So you're at
Yeah, I know. What happened was they booked me in McGuire's after we had this booked. So I had to run over. I actually dropped her early because I'm a good employee.
Oh, you dropped her off here
I
first.
dropped her off
and
here,
went
ran
out.
to McGuire's, and ran back.
Wow. Oh, you're gonna have a good night tonight.
Does she foresee the night tonight is going to be good?
Yeah.
Do you have?
No, we had
Yeah.
just had home improvements done because I am so unhandy. Oh,
Yeah,
my
me too,
God.
man.
You too?
Yeah.
My wife hates that I'm not.
I
handy.
try, but I'm the biggest klutz and a moron.
Some women have rape fantasies. My wife dreams guys break in and fix the faucets. Okay. Okay.
Same here, man.
Yeah.
I try. I try really
Yeah,
hard. I just keep
absolutely.
messing it up.
Yep. all
No, but the
time.
thing is, we had to put cabinets in. The house is crooked. We have a small little house. No, the house is crooked. It's a tiny little house, but it's
crooked.
but it's crooked.
So when you walk in, you just kind of fold to one
I'm
side.
telling. No, I got to tell you. Well, you won't realize it until you go to put stuff in, like stuff like cabinets and stuff that we can't do.
Right.
So
No,
everything's
there's
a
stuff.
little,
No,
like,
but you don't know the intricacy of it
Yeah.
that we just we just don't have. We just don't have the ability to deal with. No, I mean it. I mean, this guy killed himself for 2 days. He was a little snotty. So,
that's never good.
let me ask you, Sal,
Yeah, go.
are the male contractors snotty to you when he's not around? Or did that ever happen?
Never.
Happens to my wife.
Oh,
Because
really?
as soon, sure, the
Oh,
alpha
really?
And
male.
you're not around.
Hey, but then I come back and it's like, and I'm like, hey, what happened? And it's a big, oh, this thing in a different tune now. It's
I
that's
try
the
to
type of
act like
stuff
I
happens.
know what's going on, because a lot of these guys will feel that they can get something over on the. On
Yeah, you're
women.
right,
They just
exactly.
Assume
Right,
women
yeah.
don't know.
yeah.
So I always, say, how's it going? Yeah, looking good. Yeah, I see you put the stud up there, and it's nice and even.
That's how I am at the mechanic.
I got the Ellen.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you
I
see the
just fess
carburetor?
up.
Sure.
I'm like, I'm really poor. Don't charge me a lot.
You just no, but see, he's like that. It's like you get this guy. I'll say, yeah, I need an Allen key. I'm like, yeah, I had a Francis Scott key the other day. And,
I'm just yelling for Alan. I'm just yelling,
I gotta pick
Alan,
up
he
a
needs
few-
the key. Where are you, Alan?
like it's not good.
I just keep bringing him waters and stuff, and they're all happy then.
Yeah, no,
Well, all right, but you got a similar situation. I mean, they're just happy because they get to see our wives.
Oh,
you know,
your
do-
wife's boobs were so much bigger.
That's what I'm saying. So they
Mine
must
Okay.
enjoy being there.
talk
Yeah.
about segues.
Yeah.
You don't don't need a segue to
What
talk
was
about
that?
boobs.
Wait a minute. We were talking about an Allen key and went from my wife's
Yeah.
boobs are so terrific.
And right
need a
now
segue
she's in
from
there.
boobs.
She can sense it.
I-
all.
I-
She knows.
That's right.
She's like, are they
Freaking
talking about
Tony
my
talking
boobs
about my
again?
boobs.
Like, they're talking about my boobs right now. I can feel it.
They're like tingling.
Hey.
Stage going like this.
All right, so here's the big question.
Go ahead.
My friend,
Go ahead, sir.
they freaking blew it again.
What do you mean?
No.
He knows
They're gonna
exactly
sell to
what- he
somebody.
knows
I know,
exactly what I'm talking
I know,
about.
but they're going to sell. I put a video. I have my head back in the oven. No, I have videos where I put my head in the oven
Yeah.
because I can't take it, and inevitably someone has to write in and go, "It's an electric oven." Like at the point is, like I don't know. Number one,
want
like
you to
I didn't
really
know, and number two, like I was really gonna turn the gas on and actually kill myself because Edwin Diaz blew a safe. I mean, come on,
Live on
people
Facebook,
don't
no less.
understand, but they get obsessed with it, like as if I'm treating them like they're idiots. It's a joke.
If you really did it, though, that video would go viral.
Exactly. You know what?
Try your
It would be
razor.
worth it to get the gas, convert the house to gas, turn the thing on, die. At least I die a success.
Comedy gold. You're
Comedy
dying
gold.
for your
Exactly.
art. Yeah.
Exactly.
But it only gets like 20 likes, and then you're like,
Oh
Exactly.
yeah. Oh, Eric, you're on Facebook, right?
Yes.
Can you share the show? It really helps us a lot. Like a
Sure.
big deal. I could do a few quick if you want it.
Oh, I
if you have
the-
your phone
I
handy.
I have it in.
Oh,
it's
boy.
okay.
So, all right. So anyway, yeah, they blew it again. They're
But they
killing
said
us.
that they'll take auction. They're looking for auction bids. They're actually looking for bids now. So
Unbelievable.
listen, that's
What a
I know.
mess.
Listen, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, all
I
right,
was in
never
a
mind.
good mood, and
Okay,
I
I'm
can't.
sorry. Forget
I
it.
can't.
All right, forget it. Move on to something else.
how'd the McGuire set go? We'll go
Yeah,
back to
right.
that.
There you
From
go.
El
We'll save it, yeah.
Salvador there.
Oh, yeah.
There were
yeah?
people from El Salvador. It was
Were you
weird.
scared?
No, I know. It was no. It was just it was a strange crowd because X amount of them were it was to raise money for a film
Oh, interesting.
about something to do, I guess, with El Salvador. But it was enough. It was good. It was nice.
Do they understand English? Or do you have
Yeah,
to-
no, they did. Well, obviously.
I hope so. Otherwise, you really.
Oh, you know what?
Blank stares.
Thank you.
They're just like
They're all like, oh, yes. No.
Oh, that's why I saw.
That's why there was no.
They speak Spanish in El Salvador.
I guess it's over.
He's like, what am I doing?
What is this?
in
You know, I
here?
got to tell you, you didn't tell me a superhero. This is why the show's a success. We've got a superhero on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Obvious. Wow.
Actually, how you knew Eric back in the day, right? You guys go back or no?
I knew.
Yeah, a
kinda,
little bit,
trying to
kind
get
of.
Yeah. We knew. We knew.
Yeah,
who
he
each
had.
other
He had
were, I
a.
think.
Didn't you used to write for the
I used to write for Good Times Magazine.
Good Time? Right.
And then I used to have a show called the Double D Show on, and that Benny was on there. I had Petroni, Tampke was on there. I had Chris Williamson was on there, and Paul Bond, and a whole bunch of comedians from that era, like 20 years ago.
the era,
the golden age.
the golden age of.
It's you've seen it change in a little bit. Now the scene is different. There's new players and.
Well, of course. You know
Yeah.
what? 20 years ago, we were new players.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
mean, no, but I'm
you,
saying,
you
you
guys
know,
are the new young cats.
Yeah. Now I'm like, no, I realize I'm like a grizzled veteran.
Yeah.
No, I really am. I'm like a gray-bearded, grizzled guy, and it happens fast.
It does.
So, but now that I brought the show to a
Yeah,
screeching,
I'm about to
Yeah,
cry
it's
now.
totally
Yeah.
yeah.
I still don't know what he's saying.
The guy's got a wig. What is the guy doing on the stage with a wig? Is he funny? ¿Cómo se dice en español wig?
Yes.
Oh, speaking of great comedians, Rich Walker is watching. It says here.
Rich Walker.
Rich
yes.
Walker. Richie!
Great guy.
Where you been? I don't see Richie anymore.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen Rich in a dog's age. I
that's
saw him at
bad.
the party, but other than that, I never see Richie.
we see him at White Post Farm like all fall. Like
Oh, you
all
do?
the-
You
yeah.
go there?
Well,
no,
we
we
worked
work there.
Oh, you work there?
Yeah.
We worked there for the fall festival. Rich does,
Oh,
he
I
does
know.
that
Rich
show.
has been doing that forever.
I took
Is
you-
he Ranger Rich or something?
Ranger
yeah,
Ricky.
I think so.
Yeah.
Ranger
yeah.
Rick.
Did you know Buddy Flip?
Yeah, the first weekend I ever did, paid weekend in comedy, he was the middle act. It was
Oh,
me,
okay.
him, and Rob Falcone
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
at
Falcone.
McGuire's.
Because I took Buddy Flip's place at White Post Farms because he retired, moved to Pennsylvania, I believe. So now I'm basically think of me as like a farmer, but I'm a Walmart greeter, basically. Hi, everybody, come on in. Yeehaw! We're going to have a lot of fun here today. Ranger Rick is over there, and that's over there, and Sally's in the back selling California.
How many years are you doing it now?
I just finished my second year.
I have to
Yeah,
check on
yeah.
my wife.
Oh yeah, go.
absolutely.
I'll be
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Go,
hopefully.
Tartaglione, everybody.
Tartaglione.
Tartaglione.
Thanks for
Thanks for
stopping
coming
in, man.
Great guy, man. Love you, buddy.
All right, so we only have a few minutes left. Do you want to see if you can corral Pete Corral?
Corral the corral.
I looked in the green room. I didn't see him, and then I asked James, and he didn't get back to me.
Oh boy.
All right.
You want to just run out there and see if he's out there, or
I'm gonna yank him right off the stage.
yeah,
Okay.
or see. Well, anybody. We got 5 minutes left.
Yeah, Pete
so let's see.
Correale, great
running around
comedian,
here. Yeah.
Long Island guy. He used to do
He's
a
going
show.
to be here this weekend at Governor's
Yeah.
in Levittown. So
So he popped in. He might be just getting a little warm-up set in there. Who knows? He might be a surprise headliner tonight.
Yeah.
Be cool to have him on the show. Yeah, that was great.
he stopped in a few weeks ago on Graz's show.
Yes.
Did you see that? Yeah, he
Yeah, I
was
did
here.
see that. That was great. Pete Correale, man, he's a great guy. He got a lot of funny stuff.
Mark David Hirschman is watching, another great comedian. Mark, I know we've been talking about getting you in, so we gotta get you in here or during the daytime show. We'd love to see you. If you're free tomorrow, Don's with us tomorrow, the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio Show.
Knock him dead.
11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Come on
Don will
in.
be with us. We're done?
Well, no, but Pete, they said they just put his jacket on and left.
Oh, Pete's gone. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So should we just call it a night then? I mean, it's 9:26.
That's fine.
It was
Yeah,
great. We
so-
had a lot of good comics.
That was a
tonight,
lot
man.
of fun, man.
Yeah,
That was a lot of fun. So this is the show. Every Thursday night at 8 o'clock. The three of us. There he is. There's Pat. Yeah, join us every Thursday night at 8 o'clock. Live from Governor's Green Room.
Live from Governor's Green Room.
Oh, and I don't know if you said this because I was out in the hallway, but we'll be on tomorrow to
Yeah,
talk about all this stuff.
We did
too.
mention that. There's come on in. Larry David's just dying to get in here.
Hey, here he is.
All right, we
Harry
got
Freeman.
3 minutes left and we're off.
How you
But
doing,
come on
Harry?
in.
Come on in. Yes.
3 minutes?
Yeah.
We're good. How you doing?
That would be fine.
little
My
bit more.
wife would take 2.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah, good.
You had like 9 comics on tonight.
Yeah.
Was it
this
that
is,
many?
In the
Yeah.
green room, so we just keep them coming through.
That's the show. Yeah.
This is the first time we're doing this show.
But
So-
we're going to be here every week. So,
Oh, really?
so we only have 2 or 3 minutes for you now. But next time we'll give you, we'll spend some more
Whatever
time
you
with
want.
you.
5
Maybe.
So, you, Dr. Harry Freeman,
Yes.
for like a long time. You still
Yes.
do the doctor? Were you a legit doctor?
I am a legit
Okay,
doctor,
I never knew.
yeah.
Cause I remember the first time I saw your act was a long, like 20 years ago.
Right.
And you said you were a doctor, and then all of a sudden you were going off like inappropriate, and I was like, holy shit, is this guy? Is he allowed to say this? So talk to me about.
Well, there are times when I wasn't a doctor. I lost my license a few times, but every time that happens, I go to Mexico and I get it back.
Yeah, there you go. Excellent.
So I am a doctor now again for a little while at least until the next lawsuit.
and you do a lot of like corporate type of
I
stuff,
do,
and
yeah.
and you fool everybody all the time.
Yes, I do.
T-
Yeah.
Tell everybody about that, like the setup, and then how you deliver that.
Companies hire me to be like a fake expert in their industry. So, for example, I did a show for Los Alamos Nuclear Lab last year, and I came in and this was a farewell dinner for people that were being let go that worked for Bechtel. What happens is Los Alamos Nuclear Lab has 4 main companies, and they switch them every 10 years. Bechtel people were being let go. A guy brought me in to lighten the mood for a farewell dinner, where they were training people during this time to take over their jobs. So I came in from the Department
Wow,
of
that'd
Homeland
be
Wow, that's
hard.
crazy.
Yeah, I came in from the Department of Defense and Homeland Security, and I basically said something to the effect of, I know this is a rough deal for you guys and all that, and you're leaving, but I'm not really being paid all that much, so, I don't feel that happy to be here either.
That's awesome.
I learned a lot about Los Alamos. I did. They have a thing called the Plutonium Pit. They have the best restaurants are in town are like Sonic and Pizza Hut. So
Wow, fancy.
I tried to make them feel. They also. There was another pizza place. I said, you guys need like an ad. The other place needs an ad. Like if the end is happening, if there's nuclear war, do you really want your last slice to come from Pizza Hut?
Definitely not. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so you've been in the game for a long time. How's the crowd? Did you perform yet tonight?
I'm on in about 4 people.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's a lot of comics tonight, as there are often nights.
Yeah.
So I'm on in about 3 or 4 people. So I'm in the warm up, mode.
Right.
Whoa.
You have any pre-show rituals you do through the years, or you just
How
kind of
clean do I have to be?
Not clean at
No,
all.
you don't need to be clean.
Mostly masturbation.
Yeah.
No,
just knock out one in the bathroom before.
Just
No, I don't.
I think he
not
did
in the
already
bathroom.
here, as a matter of fact.
Not in
Yeah.
the bathroom.
You made a mess.
You may want to clean up after I leave. No.
Some
I actually
cocaine.
do.
Cocaine.
No, I don't. I'm not cocaine guy. I've tried cocaine, but no. No, what I do is I actually do some acting practice. Like I do some exercise. I kind of try to go over my stuff before I get here. I try to make sure I want to be show ready. So because today I was sitting around. I was working on a speech for a corporate thing. And that's my day. So during the day, I try to put some time aside. Okay, what jokes am I doing? How do go over them a little, get my mood to be in the right mood to
Yeah,
perform.
funny instead of corporate.
Because there are times when you're not in the mood. It's like you gotta fight with yourself to get in the mood.
Oh, it's interesting.
Yeah.
And
So
surgery is the same way. And the problem with surgery is I just don't worry about it. This is more public. There's more people that'll see you fail. If it's surgery, it's 2 or 3 people, and then the family gets upset.
it's a little easier to deal with. Yeah.
I actually went to a wake today. I had to go to a wake today, which was really rough. But I always think it's important to pay my respects to the family when I make a medical mistake. So I show up. I show up. For those
You got to
things.
show up for show
Yeah,
face.
yeah.
Let them know you cared.
The other prep, I take a lot of naps.
During
and stuff.
surgery.
Actually, yes, yeah. I'll start an operation off because I'm I'm 67 now. I shouldn't be doing anything. I should be running for president.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I'm
Nice.
67. So what I do is I'll start the operation, and if I'm tired, I take a nap, and hour power nap, and then when I wake up, I'm better able to finish it. And when it's all done and they wake up, they have no idea that I took a nap.
Everybody's refreshed.
Sometimes I wake up at the same time as they do. So.
You're both all groggy.
Good
All right.
stuff.
It's
Yeah.
time. That's
Yeah.
great.
Thank you so much.
Harry Freeman, we'll definitely get some more time with
You
you
back
next
next
time if
Thursday?
that's
I'm
right.
out of jokes.
We got a week. You got a week to come up with new
Come
ones.
up with some new stuff.
I drop in. I kind of drop
Anytime,
in here.
anytime.
We love it.
That's
Yeah,
great.
Come on back and we'll
do some more.
Harry Freeman, Dr.
Freeman.
Harry Freeman, everybody.
Thank you. Thank
You
you.
rock, my
It's
friend.
weird leaving a radio studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there are
It's
people
like,
watching.
where's the groupies?
Yeah.
Right?
No groupies.
We'll work on that as our budget grows.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so there
is
you
that
go.
our show?
That's our show.
Yeah,
Everybody,
that's our
thank you
show.
so much. Again, our inaugural show. We had a great time, right?
Yeah, it was a
Yep.
blast.
Super
Good
time.
times.
Really just a lot of fun hanging out with all the comedians here. We'll be back next week at 8 o'clock. Don't forget tomorrow morning, the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio Show is on at 11 o'clock. Don't forget Saturday night at 7, Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up with Don.
Big show this week.
Little Limo Talk with Graz is not on tonight. He returns next week at 9:45. And there you go. Everybody have yourselves a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. See ya.